Right now at 10, a proposed affordable housing solution has some in Rock County a little concerned.
And a Dane County deputy is pinned in the vehicle after a rollover crash this evening. An update on their condition straight ahead.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thank you for joining us tonight. A potential affordable housing development in Rock County has been a source of concern for some nearby neighbors.
Well, they say it's a matter of preserving local parks. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter is live in our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with how those behind the plan are explaining it. Adam?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, some say it's as simple as finding a place to live for some who need it, while others say that means potentially taking a place away that they hold dear.
If you spend enough time in Janesville's River Valley Park, you might run into Connie Steinke.
We have raspberries growing that we love to make into raspberry jam.
She and her husband Wayne have been here for more than 40 years.
We had 2 sons and we wanted to find a place for them to be able to run and play. And when we looked at this property, it was right next to the park.
But a portion of that park could soon become 3 small affordable homes. Something those behind the project say Janesville desperately needs.
We do have an issue with homelessness in Rock County, and we do have an issue with especially our low-income families being able to maintain stable housing.
Mark Perry and Community Action Incorporated are those behind the project. Steinke says when she got a letter from them explaining their intentions,
It's going to be left the 2/3.
she couldn't believe it.
I wanted to cry because it's important to keep green space, parkland. It's very important to keep that.
She says the thought of losing a portion of their park is difficult to comprehend and has since started a petition against the plan. Perry says the development needs to go somewhere.
We have families living in cars every single night, and we got to get those families out of those cars and into stable housing.
While those right next door
That's what we had in the backyard. We
hope it's anywhere but here.
I like being known as City of Parks, but not City of Parks. We can take some away because we want to.
Now, Perry says the reason the city is targeting this area for the development is because the city already owns that space, not the fact that they are trying to target parks or anything along those lines. But he does say this still has to pass a planning commission and city council, and should that happen, they could break ground as early as next spring.
All lanes of Highway 12 near Middleton are back open tonight. They were closed for nearly 2 hours after a rollover crash involving a Dane County deputy.
4608, I've been in a 1050 rollover crash. If you come from the right way, I'm at the intersection of 12 and K.
4608, did you say you were involved in a rollover?
That is correct. I'm pinned upside down.
As you heard there, the deputy was pinned in the vehicle and needed to be extricated by the fire department. This happened near the intersection of Highway K between Middleton and Sauk City. Officials say the deputy was going through the intersection when another car crashed into the squad. Both drivers were wearing seatbelts. Only minor injuries are reported.
All right, let's get a look at our Friday night forecast. Here's meteorologist Dave Caulfield. Dave?
Well, Eric, we are not as cool outside dramatically in some spots, even though we have mostly clear skies once again. Madison on the WISC-TV Skycam looking at those mostly clear to partly cloudy skies, but temperatures are in the low 50s as opposed to the upper 30s. That's where we were at this time last night. 53 in Lone Rock, still at 57 in Boscobel. And the difference, those southerly winds helping to keep that warm air at play at about 10 to 15 miles per hour in many spots. Still seeing some gusts over 25 miles per hour north and west of Madison tonight. So that breeze will be a little bit better tomorrow, but over the next few hours, we may still feel it outside. Temperatures continuing to fall into the upper 40s for overnight lows. Mostly cloudy skies tomorrow with some late showers expected during the afternoon and early evening hours. Highs in the upper 50s. We'll talk about another round of showers and possibly some thunderstorms to start the work week next week in your First Alert forecast.
All right, Dave, thank you. Music legend Cher tweeted today in response to our Madeline O'Neill that she would be willing to pay for any legal expenses if former Madison West High School security assistant Marlon Anderson would choose to sue the school district after his controversial firing this week. It happened on Wednesday after he says he told a student to stop calling him the N-word. Also today, the Dane County Boys and Girls Club announced Anderson will be temporarily working there until his appeal is finalized by the school district. According to a post on Facebook, Anderson will be the director of program operations, managing volunteer engagement, special initiatives, and teen recruitment. This morning, West High students and staff held a walkout showing support for Anderson. Marlon's son was actually leading that protest. He said his father was humbled by the number of people who showed up on his behalf. They marched to the district administration building, where some actually went in to discuss why he was fired and about the opportunity to use this as a learning experience. Gloria Reyes, the school board president, said they are speeding up the process of reviewing the situation.
Antonio Gentry will spend 30 years in prison for the death of Rayshawn Jackson. The 37-year-old shot him in the back of the head last May. The now 13-time convicted felon pleaded guilty to 3 of the original 10 charges: second-degree intentional homicide, felony possession of a firearm, and armed robbery. The fire last night at the Madison Mallard's gift shop is now being investigated as an arson case. Right now, no suspects have been identified. The building has extensive damage following the fire, which was first reported around 10 o'clock last night. No one was hurt. The UW is investigating controversial posters that were discovered around campus this morning. Officials say the posters appear to be part of a coordinated campaign. In a statement, the university says the school stands against racism and all other forms of hate and any messages of exclusion. While the school says it supports freedom of expression, policies prohibit posting unauthorized materials on campus.
The Chicago police superintendent in some hot water tonight after being found asleep behind the wheel of a vehicle last night. An internal investigation now underway. Mayor Lori Lightfoot said Superintendent Eddie Johnson had, quote, a couple of drinks with dinner. A passerby called 911 and reported a person asleep at a stop sign. Johnson said he had recently changed his medication and was exhausted. Responding officers did not observe any signs of impairment, and the superintendent drove himself home. The body of late Representative Elijah Cummings will lie in state at the U.S. Capitol next week. Tonight, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says a formal ceremony for members of Congress and Cummings' family will be held Thursday morning in the Capitol's National Statuary Hall. A public viewing will follow. Cummings passed away yesterday at the age of 68.
People should expect a delay in checking out e-books through the Wisconsin South Central Library System starting November 1st. Madison Public Library's publishing company, Maximilian Publishers, announced a new model that restricts libraries to lending out one e-book in the first 8 weeks of its release. The library is petitioning against the change. Library officials say people will be competing against 750,000 others for just one library book. They say the restriction could make people wait for months.
We're worried about sales. So they're seeing decreasing ebook sales. They feel that libraries are competition. We feel that we're friendly allies.
The library's campaign is called eBooks for All. More than 120,000 people have already signed up, and you can visit ebooksforall.org to sign it yourself.
The Green Bay Packers unveiled a highly anticipated project in the TITLETOWN district today. TITLETOWN Tech is a partnership between the Packers, UW Green Bay, and Microsoft. It's an attempt to attract young professionals with technology skills to Green Bay. Packers president and CEO Mark Murphy joined Microsoft president Brad Smith in opening that 2-story building. Still ahead tonight, your full weekend forecast and an update on a tropical storm brewing in the Gulf of Mexico.
And then it's the final games of the high school football regular season. Your Prep Mania highlights and scores coming up next.
Tropical storm Nestor formed in the Gulf of Mexico this afternoon. National Hurricane Center reports the storm has maximum sustained winds of about 60 miles per hour. It is expected to make landfall tomorrow in the panhandle of Florida. Tropical storm warnings have been posted for several parts of the Gulf Coast. Heavy rainfall, flooding, and tornadoes are possible tonight and into tomorrow.
Meteorologist Dave Caulfield joins us now from the backyard patio with a look at our forecast. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Charlotte and Eric. We had some pretty strong winds here across southern Wisconsin, not because of a tropical storm, because of an increased pressure gradient in our neck of the woods. But maximum wind gusts today of about 20 to 30 miles per hour, especially early in the day across southern Wisconsin. Right now, those winds have gotten a little bit better for most of us. Still seeing, though, some wind gusts of about 25 miles per hour in Viroqua and the Dells. High temperatures today made it into the upper 50s and low 60s. Plenty of sunshine. Not a bad day overall, especially for this time of year, with those temperatures definitely warmer than we've been experiencing over the past couple of days. And they're warmer tonight compared to where they were at this time yesterday as well. The low 50s in Madison, mid 40s in Janesville, and still in the upper 50s in Boscobel. To give you a sense of where we were last night, we were at 37 at the 10 o'clock hour in Madison. Our high temperature trend is going to stay at or above normal for high temps for the next couple of days, but then it does look like as we end the month of October, our temperatures really do take a nosedive, especially by the start of next weekend. Those highs are only in the low 40s on Friday, and then maybe slowly but surely getting closer to 50 degrees by the time we get closer to Halloween. Only a couple weeks away, folks. Overnight, temperatures will only fall into the upper 40s, not as cool. Partly cloudy skies helping us out there. Also, that southerly wind still a little bit breezy helping us out, keeping those temperatures in the 40s. We'll see increasing clouds tomorrow. We can see that cold front off to the west. This is our latest run of Future Track. Note the time here, folks. This is still at noon, and most of us are still dry at this point, so I wouldn't cancel any plans tomorrow, but a few showers, especially by the time we get to the late afternoon and early evening hours, possible for southern Wisconsin. But then that moves off pretty quickly, setting up partly cloudy skies to start Sunday, and then plenty of sunshine to start next week, with highs once again in the 60s on Sunday. Really not looking at any world-changing numbers here as far as future track precipitation goes with this first round of rain. Generally less than about 1/10 of an inch, maybe some spots picking up 1/4 of an inch, but those are going to be pretty isolated. 7 to 10 day forecast showing those 60s returning on Sunday. Monday, another round of showers, possibly even some thunderstorms. Those rainfall amounts could be a little bit closer to 1/2 inch of rain in some spots. Then we're in the 40s Tuesday. Wednesday on the 50s. We're dry for those days. A few showers on Thursday before the cooler weather arrives for next weekend. It is week 9 of Prep Mania, and I know it is fall, but we're going to borrow some words of summer here, specifically Donna Summer, because it's the last dance, the last chance to make an impression on the regular season here, and we need Kevin Lewis and Melissa Kim by us to guide us, to hold us, and maybe to scold us sometimes. So without further ado, let's get to Prep Mania. Week 9. Hit it with the highlights.
I'll hold you. Trust me, you don't want me to scold you tonight. Welcome to the final week of the high school football regular season. Alongside Melissa Kim, I'm Kevin Lewis, and we kick tonight off with a Prep Mania game of the week that did not disappoint.
It did not indeed. We actually saw some calls about this one earlier, right? About this game, a matchup of two unbeaten teams as DeForest played host to Waunakee. The winner takes the Badger North crown. This was no ordinary regular season game, people. Come on. Fans were lining up at 4 o'clock to get a good seat in this one. 7-6 DeForest. Gabe Finley takes the handoff. He'll go 36 yards for the touchdown. Then it's 14-6 now. Trey Schrader, he had a big game today. 24 yards to Lane Larson. Ooh, nice catch there. 21-6. Norski's up. Later, Waunakee down 21-13. They're driving this time. Caden Nelson's pass, to the wrong guy. Picked off Trace Grundall with the ball. Then Waunakee with the ball again. This time it's Cole Yoakum. We love the special teams here.
Yeah.
Blocks the punt, sets up Schrader. He'll get the ball back again for the knockout punt coming up here. DeForest wins 35-13. Did you see this one coming? Let's ask Jay Wilson. He has the post game.
What a night for DeForest as the Norskies win the conference and keep their undefeated season going. Quarterback Trey Schrader had a couple of touchdown passes and a touchdown run as well. It was nothing for the longest time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, your offense started clicking. What changed?
Yeah, we started slow, but we knew it was all mental. We knew it was all mental mistakes. I made a mental mistake. We had a couple others, and we knew we were driving the ball a little bit, and we knew if we just cleaned up the mental mistakes, we would be fine.
You've had a lot going on around here with the passing of Coach Rolke and Coach Minnick's final regular season game. Can you put into words what it means to beat, not only finish the season undefeated regular season, but also beating Wanakee?
Yeah, it means everything. Conference championship, these guys, all my teammates, Rolke up there, all these coaches, it means everything.
How do you celebrate something like this?
You celebrate it for a couple nights, and then you turn the page, right?
Yeah.
Playoff week.
Yeah, you'll find out who you're playing later tomorrow morning. So congratulations and enjoy the win. Now back to the studio.
Indeed, Jay. Going to be a long night to figure out those playoff matchups. Badger South matchup, meanwhile, between 8-1 Milton and 6-2 Watertown. Red Hawks ball. Evan Jordan doing a lot of throwing tonight. Big one here to John Storlid. He'll take it the rest of the way there. Later, Jordan again, this time to Hunter Pernot. Milton wins 41-27. Other scores on the Badger Conference. Oregon, big 0 to Fort Atkinson. They're 28-0. Reedsburg beats Portage. Mount Horeb losing in the season finale to Baraboo. Monroe Cheesemakers 42-6 over Edgewood. Sauk Prairie winning big over Beaver Dam, and Stoughton beats Monona Grove 48-27.
Last week, Madison Memorial wrapped up its first outright conference title since 1984. Now they're hungry for a home playoff win, something they haven't done since 2003, and an undefeated regular season, something they haven't done since ever. One game to go, hosting Janesville Craig. Craig strikes first. Parker Glissendorf, little 18-yard stroll. 2-point conversion, good. And the Cougars take an 8-0 lead, but Memorial turns on the defense. Rory Jones has a big cast on his left hand, so what? Can't slow the big fella down with that main. He's in the Cougar backfield. That sets up 3rd and long. The screen pass, bad news. Or if you're Kyle Murphy, it's great news. Pick 6. He is end zone bound. Memorial decides to go for 2. When you got a quarterback like Jason Sinetti, it usually works. And when you have a receiver like Max Hazer, it usually works. It does here. Spartans win 29-16. Their first ever unbeaten season. Three-way tie for second place in the Big 8. Two teams facing off. La Follette at Middleton. First half, Cardinals up 7-0. La Follette going aerial. Ben Probst to Charlie Kunkel right at you. The toe tap, side of the end zone for the touchdown, and we're tied. Later, Middleton's turn to go to the air. Drew Teff to Michael Gustafson. The slide, the catch, the 12-yard touchdown. Cardinals take a 14-7 lead. Middleton ball again. Check out this play. Teff to Sam Engler. I wonder what it would be like to be 6'3", 210 and can run. And have people, I'm the person bouncing off usually. 50 yards before he finally gets pushed out of bounds. That would set up Mr. Callion Buckner. Buckner gets the touchdown, and Middleton gets the win, 49-21 over the Lancers. Madison West at Sun Prairie. Regents ball, not for long. Will Gutnecht hit as he throws by Terrence Briggs. Peyton Jenkins calls the fair catch. That would set up a short touchdown. It's 14-7 Cardinals. Regents ball again. This time, Gutnecht keeps it himself and scores. Cuts the lead to 14-13. Now watch this run from Jamel Stone. He goes down, but he doesn't go down. Knee never touched. 55 yards later, he is in the end zone for the touchdown. Cardinals hold on to win 21-13 in the season finale. Verona all over Madison East tonight, 55-6 the final for Verona, and Janesville Parker wins their season finale over Beloit Memorial, 21-7 the final there.
And coming up, more high school football action. That's right, you got 2 blocks tonight. Our busiest show of the season continues after the break. You're watching Prep Mania only on News 3 Now. Well, not to steal a line from Dave Caulfield, we're hitting you with a second half of highlights here with a matchup that football coaches would call good on good.
Yeah, 8-0 Mineral Point against 8-0 Lancaster. Both teams playoff bound, but 9-0 just sounds better than 8-1. Southwest Wisconsin SWAL Conference Championship on the line. First quarter, Mineral Point's Isaac Lindsay gonna go to the ground. Blaze Waters outside, running over people, running past people. Excuse me. And he's in the house. Pointers up early. Next possession for the Flying Arrows. I mean, it would be their ball until, yeah, put it on the deck. And that's Waters. Scoop and score. 13-0. Pointers at the advantage. Did I mention Waters yet? Okay, it's fine. I did. Yep, in the end zone again. 20-0 Mineral Point. Lancaster not giving up. Right before the half, Hayden Knapp finds Corey Hahn. Walks in, 6-pack of points. Cuts the lead, but Mineral Point just too much tonight. They win the SWAL Conference Championship. They beat Lancaster 33-7, the final score. To Lake Mills. Putting up the offense against Luther Prep. That's Adam Moen. That's Matt Johnson. That's a touchdown, and I'm going to have some deja vu. That's Adam Moen. That is Matt Johnson. That is a touchdown. I think that is. Lake Mills beats Watertown Luther Prep 54-8 in their regular season finale.
Meanwhile, Edgerton hosting, I think it's early Halloween over there at Bigfoot. Drew Hansen, QB keeper, 22 yards to the house, and we are tied at 7. Later, the Crimson tied up 14-7. Owen Martin under pressure, tries to throw a screen, but to the wrong guy. He's picked. Ethan Krause taking it to the other side all the way, 21-7. Later, Hansen with the ball again. Another keeper calling his own number again from 3 yards out, scoring easily, and Edgerton beats Bigfoot 49-13.
Roll Tide.
Capital North battle between Lodi and Lakeside Lutheran. Blue Devils driving all the way down. Oh, how often do you see that happening? Poor guy. So Lakeside's turn. Matt Davis airing out a big one to Logan Pample. Check this out here. Insane grab. Great awareness to Pample, keeping his feet in. 7-0 Warriors. Yeah, get excited about that one. Seriously. Later, Davis. The pitch to Micah Cody. He'll take care of the rest. 17-0 Lakeside, and Lakeside Lutheran beats Lodi 23-15. Clinton facing Evansville in the Rock Valley Conference. They will beat them, shut them out actually, 43-0, the final score there.
You know what night it is? Puck Night! Puck Night, home opener for the men's hockey team at Wisconsin against two-time reigning national champion Minnesota Duluth. Cole Caulfield, Stevens Point in the house. The freshman, that's his 5th goal of the season in 3 games. Yes, and here's Caulfield again. 6th goal. Super freshman. Badgers win 6-2. 6 goals in 3 games for the youngster. That's why he's the freshman phenom. Sophie Shirley and Presley Norby had 2 goals apiece. Ho-hum, top-ranked Wisconsin. Yeah, 10-2 the win over Long Island U. They outshot the Sharks 64-13 shots on goal. It's the first time the Badgers have reached double digits since the 2012-2013 season. They are 7-0. Next week, playoffs in the high school gridiron.
We don't know who's playing yet, but we will, of course,
Through the night, burning the midnight and 2 a.m. oil.
Exactly. Going to stay up that late. Tomorrow we've got Badgers at Illinois. Kevin Lewis returning to his hometown to check it out, and he'll have a report for us tomorrow night.
Place of my birth, I will.
So was Ohio State looking ahead to the Badgers tonight? They were playing Northwestern, right?
True.
They probably forgot who they were playing.
Yeah, I mean,
the Badgers are like, oh, we're really locked in.
They're
Ohio
up
State's
by
like
42.
Yeah, they're playing Northeastern. Western. Yeah.
They're up by 42, by the way. All right, final check, weekend.
All right, sounds good. We have much warmer temperatures compared to this time yesterday, about 15 degrees warmer in Madison. So temperatures only dipping into the upper 40s overnight. We'll be in the upper 50s tomorrow with a chance of some showers in the afternoon and early evening hours. Nice on Sunday before more showers and thunderstorms come our way by Monday.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good and have a great weekend.